I want no shoes upon my feet. To be at ease is such a treat, and smile to everyone I meet. That's the Hawaiian in me. I love to sing and play for you, and give a lay to see you through. And with it goes a kiss or two. That's the Hawaiian in me. It's great to be in Hawaii and to be a native too. It's greater still to play around and carry on as I do. So right out here in Hawaii, where everything is heavenly, I'm just as happy as can be. That's the Hawaiian in me. Great to be in Hawaii and to be a native too. It's greater still to play around and carry on as I do. So right out here in Hawaii, where everything is heavenly, I'm just as happy as can be. That's the Hawaiian in me. That's the Hawaiian in me. All my days I've been roaming in quest of a heart so divine. Never did I hope hope to find a glow in a tropical garden. Moon of the southern sea, your love light, it seems, is haunting me. My island moon, your embrace from above takes me back to the one I love. Romances get their start in that moonlight. It's love scent keeps haunting the night. Oh, moon, your embrace from above takes me back to the one I love. Romances get their start in that moonlight. It's love scent keeps haunting the night. Oh, moon, your embrace from above takes me back to the one I love. Tropic moon glow, tropic love, tropic moon glow from above. You came to me from out of nowhere. You took my heart and found it free. Wonderful dreams, wonderful schemes from nowhere made every hour sweet as a flower for me. If you should go back to your nowhere, leaving me with a memory, I'll always wait for your return out of nowhere, hoping you'll bring your love to me. from out of nowhere. You took my heart and found it free. Wonderful dreams, wonderful schemes from nowhere, made every hour sweet as a flower for me. If you should go back to your nowhere, leaving me with a memory, I'll always wait for your return out of nowhere, hoping you'll bring your love, hoping you'll bring your love, hoping you'll bring your love to me. Okay, so let's talk a little Lance Mountain. We will start with yeah, the hair is kind of sticking straight up too. Yeah, just like last weekend had the Christopher Walken. So I've got that hair going. The humidity, it's humid. Yes, so let's start with a little Lance Mountain thing. I'm going to show a board. First we'll talk about a board that I got from Lance. That I think I got somewhere in the mid-'80s, maybe 86, I think is when he gave it to me, hanging out at his house, 86 or 87. But I had wanted one of these, and here is the board I got from Lance. Lance Mountain Veriflex. Yep, see, here's some skateboard history lesson. Lance Mountain, before he was on Powell, I don't know. Anybody who knows about Lance Mountain pretty much knows at this point that he rode for Veriflex first, and so he had a short-lived model because I think everything kind of came crashing down around him. But I think this came out in '81, and so just in time for things to kind of crash, and they have no money, and so there he is. This one, it's funny because I've been trying to find PPP collection. I've been trying to find a photo of Lance riding this board, but I don't think there is one. I thought there was one in an ad, but it was slightly different because there's the remnants of this sticker. Gosh, it's maybe someone can figure that out from there, from that. That's a faction sticker. Faction, anti-UK. It's really funny because we're all into British punk. So, yes, the Veriflex board had tough skin on it. And so it's actually a very thin. It's 5 plies. So they wanted to make it light. And so they have this tough skin on the top and the bottom. Oh yeah, here, get the top graphic too. And I believe Lance did this artwork. I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, so they wanted to keep it light but keep it strong. And so yeah, tough skin. So the later Powell people will go, hey, that looks like Bonite. Yes, that's right. Veriflex did it first. So yeah, so they tried to make it 5 plies and then 2 layers of that tough skin. But I think that, I don't know how flexy they were, but I can show you. So Lance was notorious back then for re-drilling his trucks to get a longer tail. So you can see, I think the original was back here, and they moved it up there, and then he moved it up a little more. And I think the first time he tried to do it, it just snapped the tail right off when he was riding it. And then the same thing with nose. The original nose bolts were there, and he got a little bit more room, but really, like, just, not that much more nose. But I think the wheelbase must have been pretty short by then. Pretty modern day. So, yeah, and then I eventually Lance says 82. I didn't even realize that. Lance Mountain signed it for me finally in 01, and he dated 82 to 01. So there we go. 82, I guess, is when this came out. And then shortly thereafter, he ended up on Powell. And you can't really see it. Well, you can kind of see it. That's Cyril Mountain. Called him Lance Jr., but his name is Cyril. We just called him, everybody just called him Little Lance. But so he signed it, Lance M. But yeah, so one of my definitely prized possessions here, Lance Mountain rider board, and these are pretty hard to find, I think. Pretty sure. But yeah, so that one's not going anywhere. So this segues into some other things. So Lance Mountain's home park was Skate City in Whittier. Here's my Skate City membership card. Yes. Wait. 11 expires. It expires 11/20/83. So yeah, November 20th, 1982 is when I got that. Yes. And I only got to skate. Skate City twice. And then it was gone. But at least I got to ride there a little bit. So, continuing on with our segue from Mr. Lance Mountain. So Lance is kind of thought of as, well, people say he's the inventor of the fingerboard. And for people who might not know that, what that is a miniature skateboard that you ride in the kitchen sink with your fingers. Hey, Ryan Endo, you're just in time for talking about Lance Mountain and fingerboards. So yes, so Lance would make these miniature boards and ride them in the sink, and it ended up in a Powell video, and people sitting around a sink while he's riding one of his fingerboards. So, of course, me wanting to emulate everything Lance Mountain, I said, hey, how do you make those things? And so we talked about making miniature boards. So I will share with you my vintage fingerboards. I'll hold them up like this, like a quiver. And then, yeah, so when you see the thumbnail, you won't know what I'm holding up at all. So talking to Lance about how to make them, and this one still has one of the rails on it, which was made from a plastic Q-tip rod, or whatever you would want to call it. And then basically would take like two little pieces of wood, although the wheels are not there anymore, and take apart a Hot Wheels car and glue them between the two little slivers of wood for what was supposed to be a truck. This one, you can't really see what it says on there, but it's Steve Caballero in script, and the Powell logo, and then something which I can't make out. And so basically I made this is out of like a, popsicle stick, I think, maybe? I don't know. I think so. So I would just like take some glue and smudge it all over thing to protect my graphics. So there's one, the first one, I think that I made. And then the next one, the quote-unquote trucks are still there, and you can kind of see how I made pieces of wood, and then the Hot Wheels wheels went through there. But then I cut out of a magazine or something the little Ripper guy, and grip tape and everything. And but the rails have fallen off, and I don't know what happened to the wheels. I probably put them on another fingerboard is what happened. So, and then the last one, which I didn't finish, I used obviously, an ad for Stevie's board, cut out in the shape, and some kind of plastic that I don't know what I cut it out of. that I could kind of like heat up and get a little bit of kicktail, which is kind of just like Powell concave at the time. Yeah, it's there if you look really closely. But yeah, so this was, high tech. Got the good graphics, got the actual shape, but I never made it to the trucks and wheels stage on this one for whatever reason. Oh well. So anyway, that's the not very exciting skateboard history. Well, I guess Lance's board is more thrilling than my fingerboards. But anyway, yeah, so before Tech Deck, we made our own. And yes. And yeah, because skaters, even when we're not skating, we keep skateboarding in our heads the whole time, And really it's just it's sort of an extension of what we used to do. We used to kind of like mimic skateboarding just with our fingers, and at dinner we would kind of talk about doing tricks and how it would work. And so, of course, Stacy noticed Ray Underhill and I doing that at dinner sometime, and he says, I got to get you guys doing that in the next video. And I'm like, okay. So thus, there we are in the Search for Animal Chin at Bakersfield at Chris Borst ramp, going, because that's what we would do. We would go up and like, and make all the sounds. And so that's what we attempted to do. Of course, not being an actor, I could not do it very well. It was not very natural at all. Jeremy Ray, yes. Graphics out of Thrasher Mag. Yep, that was, well, for me, being down here, was probably Transworld. But yes, same thing. Cut out the graphics from the magazine and make your own fingerboard. They say that falling in love is wonderful. It's wonderful. So they say. And with the moon up above, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So they tell me. I can't recall who said it. I know I never read it. I only know they tell me that love is grand and the thing that's known as romance is wonderful. Wonderful in every way, so they say. leave your house one morning, and without any warning, you'll find yourself shouting that love is grand, and to hold your girl in your arms is wonderful, wonderful in every way. So they say. It's a beautiful world we live in, a big romantic place, a beautiful people everywhere. The way they show they care makes me want to say, it's a beautiful world, it's a beautiful world, a big old, a beautiful world for you, for you, for you. It's a wonderful time to be here, it's nice to be alive. Wonderful people everywhere, the way they comb their hair makes me want to say, it's a wonderful place, it's a wonderful place. Gee, isn't this a wonderful place for you, for you, for you. Tell me what I say. Boy, girl with the new clothes on, you can shake it to me all night long, hey, hey. It's a beautiful world we live in, a big romantic place, beautiful people everywhere. The way they show they care makes me want to say, it's a beautiful world, it's a beautiful world, a big old beautiful world for you, for you, for you. It's not for me, it's a beautiful world for you. It's a beautiful world just for you. It's a beautiful world for all of you. It's a beautiful world for you. For you. For you. It's not for me. Freeze frame. that was my freeze frame. That was my Police Squad, for those old enough to remember that show.